Hello, I'm excited to be on Facebook Live again. I have been doing keto for the last 10 weeks and I told myself that if I figured it out, I was not gonna keep all the stuff a secret and I was going to tell anybody that wanted to listen how I did it. And thank goodness I actually did. And I'm going to be sharing my 9 best tips and tricks that I have found. A lot of these are super unique to me. They are things that I've been doing that nobody else really does in keto. Some of them I picked up different keto tips from all the books that I read or the people that I follow, and I'm just going to share like things with you right now that really work for me, that I love. And I'm also going to share, this is going to be great for people who are like, they've been keto forever, they know a bunch of stuff. Maybe this will help you tweak little things. This is great for somebody who knows nothing about keto. And keto is just the way that I've been eating. So 10 weeks of keto, my keto diet consists of, I am not eating any sugar. I'm not doing any fruit whatsoever. If I said that I eat any fruit, I would say lemons is the only thing that I eat. And I mean, can we really call that fruit? I also do not eat any legumes, no beans, no peas, no hummus, none of that, no sugar snap peas, none of that, because legumes, they mess with your hypoglycemic index and they knock you out of ketosis, so I'm not eating any of those. I'm not doing any gluten, no carbs, and like no complex carbs, nothing from wheat at all, no pasta, no breads or anything like that. And I am also, let's see, we got no gluten, no sugar, no legumes, no fruit. What else am I not having? Oh, no root vegetables whatsoever. So anything that grows below the ground, and here's my gardener tip because I am like such a gardener, anything that grows below the ground, it stores sugar. That is the plant's way of keeping its energy stores hidden away. So no carrots, no potatoes, no yams, no turnips, no beets. They're very high in sugar, so I'm avoiding those altogether. I would say if I did do any root vegetables, I am putting onions, but not sweet onions in my food. I'm only putting, like cooking onions, not Vidalias or anything like that are super tasty and sweet. So for my keto lifestyle, I'm going to share my 10 tips. So I'm going to start off with keto coffee. This is a staple. This is something great to have in the morning. A lot of times I will have it in replacement of like a meal. You don't have to have coffee per se. It doesn't have to be caffeine or anything like that. You can have herbal tea. You can have decaf coffee. You can have, any other, staple herbal, something like that. So I have my coffee here and I need to fatten it up so that I'm getting my fat in my system right away in the mornings. I'm also warming myself up because I have this warm drink and it's wintertime. Even though it's Vegas here, I'm in Las Vegas and it's not very cold here, but it gets cold in the morning. So you add in whatever your cream is gonna be. So I like to use heavy whipping cream. You can use half and half. If you don't wanna use that, you can use almond milk or flaxseed milk or coconut cream that's in a can. That's like the milk of a coconut. So I put this in here. And then you can doctor it up any way you want. Sweetener wise, I know that with the fake sweeteners, they are not super fun. Look at how bright this is. Wow, okay. This is a stevia. It's organic, it's 0 calorie, and it is called Now Better Stevia. So this is probably the best tasting stevia that I have found. I order it on Amazon because I want a lot of it. So this has been my favorite sweetener because it doesn't have that really aspartame aftertaste or anything like that. And this one is made from plants. Stevia is an herbal plant. I grow that in my yard too. I like to pick the leaves in the summer and put it in teas and stuff. But this one, because I've been consuming so much, the plant can't keep up. So I have this. I'm just gonna only put a couple drops in there, not very much at all. This goes a long way. So I have my milk, I have that in there, and what else? You can add up any kind of other things that you want. I got some pumpkin pie spice here. here, so I'm gonna put a sprinkle of that in here because there are no calories in spices. So I just use this pumpkin pie spice mix. And here is my fat that I'm gonna add in. You can add in butter, you can add in ghee, you can add in any other kind of fat. I like MCT oil. You can add coconut oil in and let it melt, but this MCT oil, this is a coconut oil that is already liquid. It stays in liquid form. I've tried a million ones, they all taste like nothing. So pick whichever one you want. If you want to go with the cheap one, fine. If you want to go with a big fancy one, fine. However you want to do it. So I put quite a bit in this coffee here. So that's like straight oil that we're putting in the coffee, and it's going to seem a little weird. I don't know if you can see in the cup, you can see that it's kind of greasy. It's a little oily. Let's see. So that is my first thing in the morning, but I'm going to use my second favorite keto tip. This is an emulsifier. So amazing. I did not think that I would love this little tool, but I love it so much. It's nutso bonkers amazing. So it doesn't matter what kind it is. I think this one was $7. You can get them off of Amazon or Target or Bed Bath & Beyond or anywhere like that. You can get like a $25 one. You can get a $3 one. It takes AA batteries. I push this button. I don't know if you can hear that. I'll hold it next to my speaker. So what I love is it's quiet, and when you're waking up first thing, because a lot of times when you're keto, you suddenly start waking up with earlier, you know, you're not quite as groggy in the morning, so that part's really cool about keto eating. So when I use this little thing, I'm not ting, 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 ting in my coffee cup in the morning, waking up everybody and disturbing my peace because they all go, what you making? So I have this thing, watch, I'm going to do my coffee with the emulsifier so that the oil is no longer just sitting on top. This is like the perfect way to get like a latte coffee going. It's super quiet. I don't have to dirty a bunch of spoons. I don't have sticky spoons because I'm not using sugar anymore. And then I have this all done. I just rinse this part off in the sink. You don't have to wash it. You don't have to do any of that. And boom, you're done. That sits next to my sink like 24/7. I need to get like a toothbrush cup and just keep it sitting in there because it's amazing. But now look at how frothy and amazing and it's not oily at all anymore. You probably can't see the cup without me pouring it, but it's not oily anymore and it's good. Isn't that cool? Okay, so tip 1 and 2 are in the same cup. Love that. So I have done it with like mint teas at night. I have done it with herbal teas. Sometimes I like a little bit of like vanilla milk. I'll put vanilla and sweetener and some milk in a cup or almond milk in a cup. I'll heat it up and then that's my nighttime drink. There's no caffeine in there or nothing. I foam it up so it's all frothy with the milk. If you don't have a milk frother like this, if you don't have one of these, a handy tip, put it in a jar, screw the lid on top of the jar, and just shake the bejesus out of it. So when you shake it, then it makes it all frothy too. So by no means do I think that you have to go out and buy this nifty new gadget, but if you did, you could. But if not, you can get it all emulsified and everything by just shaking it in a jar, which is super cool. Okay, tip 1 and 2. Let's move on to the next tip. Okay, so everybody needs a little bit of guidance. Everybody wants like somebody that they can talk to so they understand things. I am such a nerd. I love books. I love learning. I want to know why. I want to know the science behind it. I know that I am like very much like a woo-woo artsy fartsy type, but I am so into quantum science. I am so into understanding molecular structures of plants and why they work the way that they do. I want to know what's going on with the body because I want to understand my body. I want to know what the shift is going on with it, right? So I found a book and I love this book. It's so crazy because my sister-in-law gave it to me last Christmas. I mean, not this last year, but the year before that. So like 14 months ago, she gave me this book. And it is Keto Diet, The Keto Diet, which I'm sure there's probably a million books out there named this. So this one is by Leanne Vogel. And I have like watched her YouTube videos. I have followed her online and I've seen things, but she's amazing. But the book is way better because I just like the book. because she breaks everything down in this book wise. So it's really cool because you don't have to read it like cover to cover. There are so many tips and tricks in here. One of my favorite things in here is when it talks about keto flu, your keto symptoms, things that are going on, things that you're feeling. It tells you, oh, you have a headache. These are what you're missing in your body. This is why you're having that reaction. If you have, God forbid, diarrhea when you first start doing keto, this tells you why you're having those symptoms and what's going on. If you're feeling brain fog, it tells you what you're missing in your body, why is it going on. So it breaks down your symptoms so that you know exactly how to remedy them, not like I'm gonna push through and just like be miserable. No, by no means. Then it also, for those people that like to count macros or count calories, or you wanna keep track of things, and you're like, wow, it's so confusing and crazy. She gives you like 5 different ways to track them. You can track them by, she uses like the size of your hand or portion control. She'll tell you how to do it by different food groups. She tells you how to do it by different apps. She tells you how to do it by logging different things, because a lot of people, they need to know where they have been before they know where they're going. So they want to be able to keep track of what it is that they're putting in their body and how they're reacting, which is super cool. I haven't been counting any calories. I'm not doing any portion control. I'm just trying my darndest to pay attention to how my body feels and react to that, which she tells you exactly what's going on in there. She tells you when you hit a plateau, what to do to hit a plateau. For some people who absolutely have to have some carbs, she tells you how and when to carb up, you know, so that you feel best in your body. For me, I'm avoiding all carbs just because they don't react well in my body, but she gave me all of these plans in this amazing book so that I would know how to do it. And I'm only like on, I think like page 90, and this is like a 400-page book. It has recipes and everything, and I haven't even made it that far, and she's already made me a darn expert, I feel like, which is excellent because I'm understanding me better, which is cool. So we got the book, we got the coffee, we got the emulsifier. All right, so another super cool thing that I love to do is I love chia seed pudding. I think that's super staple. There are 2 things that make me feel amazing when I am eating these certain things. They make my body feel really good, and they're easy, they're simple keto meals. There's not a lot of thinking involved. However, I'm sure you've seen all of my wild and crazy recipes. You can follow all of those things that I found, and by all means, like, have days that you do all kinds of fun stuff. I'm so excited for all of you that are on here watching this. Thank you so much. All right, so chia seed pudding. I'm gonna make 2 of them right here in front of you. Super simple, because chia seeds can be a little weird sometimes, and it's best to know how to enjoy them. So I have these 2 little jars. I'm gonna make this right here in front of you. Simple, foolproof recipe. Okay, so I have a tablespoon measurement. I am going to put 3 tablespoons of chia seeds in each of these jars, okay? And chia seeds are going to, they're so good for your body. If you just like Google chia seed benefits, if you look on Pinterest where chia seed benefits, if you look at some of my previous posts, chia seed benefits, you're gonna see all kinds of crazy stuff. So these, what's amazing is they help you lose weight, they help you feel full for a very long time. And I've always had kind of a cranky stomach. And when I put this on my stomach, it's like the ultimate comfort thing. Like, it makes my stomach calm down, it makes my nerves calms down, it makes me feel really good, it makes me stop snacking. It's great before bed, it's great first thing in the morning, it's great if I've been sick and I haven't been able to eat anything. This is like the perfect thing to introduce into my system. 3 tablespoons in each. I'm gonna put a few things in here to give it a basic flavor. Now, these have no flavor whatsoever when you make them. They have absolutely nothing going on other than a million health benefits. So you have to find creative ways to make them taste like something that you want. These are gonna be similar to, it's gonna be like a tapioca pudding almost, or a cinnamini pimi, whatever those tiny little pasta type things are that you have. You put it in here and they become sticky. These are great. Chia seeds are great to put in all kinds of health foods and smoothies and drinks, and you can put them in different stuff. I just like them plain by themselves. So I'm gonna put just a tiny bit, it doesn't matter how much. I'm gonna put a tiny bit of vanilla in here. Don't overthink it, really. Just like go with it. I'm gonna put some sweet things in here. I'm not gonna overthink that either. This is gonna kind of be like a vanilla flavored chia seed pudding. I have pumpkin pie spice again, and I'm just gonna put a sprinkle of each of these in here. There we go. And then I'm going to put some almond milk in, which I didn't open. So I'm gonna open it right here with you. So different things that I have put in here. I have made some keto sugar-free jelly before, and I put some of that on top. You can put some nuts in here. Nuts are amazing, high in fat. Those are really good. You can put some unsweetened coconut in here. I put peanut butter. I have like 5 flavors of peanut butter that are amazing. I'm sure some of you have seen my post for my favorite peanut butter that I found in like all these crazy flavors like gingerbread and sugar cookie, peanut butter, and all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna fill it right about to the edge of this jar. I don't need much space, but just a little. And you can use flaxseed milk or hemp milk. My best friend's allergic to coconut and almonds and sunshine and chickens and life. So she has to drink like hemp seed milk, I think. So you can do this any way you want. All right, then when I get that, I'm gonna go ahead and stir it with a fork. I hope I had a fork here. I did somewhere. I'm not gonna use my emulsifier though. I learned my lesson. 3 seconds while I grab a fork to stir this. All right, so you wanna stir it right off the bat because as soon as they get moist, they start to get sticky. So I'm stirring it up here. And then you're gonna wait like 3 minutes and you're gonna stir it again once they start to kind of like absorb the goodies that are in here. These are, if anyone's ever done like overnight oats, which I loved, but on keto, I'm not eating any of those grains. We're gonna wait 3 minutes while these ones sit here. I put them in the fridge overnight. Do any flavor combination that you want. Totally enjoy it, love it. You said, what was the ingredient after vanilla? I put in pumpkin pie spice. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, this light like streaming through my window. Okay, pumpkin pie spice. You can put any kind of spice in. You can put cardamom in there. You can put, you could even make this savory if you wanted to. You know, you can make it, I don't know, my brain will not go for savory right now. So I like the sweet ones. I'm gonna wait 3 minutes and we're gonna stir that. All right, so let's see. My other magic thing is, this is keto lemonade. Keto lemonade, when you first start, you are going to need this so much. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you're gonna start needing water and you're gonna have to pound it. If you do not pound water, one of the things that happens when your body is transitioning is you're gonna have a headache, you're gonna feel nauseous, you might feel like you're really hungry and you're not hungry, you're thirsty because your brain is screaming for carbs and you're starving them of the carbs, so you're trying to fat fuel your brain. Once you start fat fueling, you're gonna be in intermittent fasting without even trying. You're no longer gonna be hangry, you're no longer gonna have those crazy cravings or anything like that, but you have to starve it off. Here's the other thing, like those carb cravings, when you have the bacterias in your stomach and in your body and, you know, God forbid, parasites and funguses and molds and all those things can be in your body. These are all things that I've talked about in my healing business where you have to, you know, be careful of that. Those things eat sugar. And when they are starving, they start sending your body all kinds of signals that they need the sugar. So if you kind of think of it, I like to think of it like this when I was going through it. It's not me that wants the sugar. It's the alien in my body that is trying to be the host of the show, screaming for me to be a vampire and suck blood, or I don't know what. Whatever monster story you have to tell yourself to avoid the sugar, by all means avoid the sugar, because sugars feed cancers, they feed tumors, they feed parasites, they feed the bacteria, they feed candida, they feed all the yucky things. So starving your body off, you're going to want some kind of hydrating liquid, and just water is not going to do it because your body is going to start detoxing and kicking out all the yucky stuff. You're going to start losing weight, you're going to start feeling great, you're going to start looking better, but if you do not hydrate, you are not going to feel good. So this keto lemonade is awesome because it's got the lemons in it, it's going to have a little bit of flavor, it's going to have the vitamin C, all the good things, but what I put in here is I put my liquid stevia, I do fresh lemons, I'm not going to do... Please don't buy, but this is the herbalist in me, this is the healer in me, this is the health and wellness girl, this is your mother speaking, this is the gardener. Please don't buy the liquid lemons, just squeeze a couple. They're like 25 cents, okay? It's so good. It's gonna be so good for your body. And if you're doing this to be good to your body. All right, so you're gonna squeeze the lemons in, you're going to put your liquid sweetener in, your stevia or monk fruit sweetener if you like to do that. And then you're going to put in salt, okay? This is pink Himalayan sea salt, all right? You wanna do pink salt is my suggestion, or gray sea salt. Now, why gray? Why not white? Here's the thing, when you have white sugars or white salts, this is the process for sugars and salts. They take those and they want to get rid of the impurities. Now the impurities in it is going to be minerals, okay? Minerals that are found in the earth, minerals that you take in your multivitamin because your body is lacking in minerals and you need to put it back in, minerals in the, mineralized water that you buy, or, San Pellegrino or Aquapana or whatever mineral water, whatever one you're drinking, it has to have minerals in it, right? And your body needs minerals. And they take that salt, and to get it white, they take the salt and the minerals and they throw gasoline on it and they light it on fire. And that burns off all the impurities, and then you have perfectly crystal clean white sugar and salt. Does that sound like something